Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Looking forward to spending some time with you, talking to you about you and your business. As always, a lot to cover on today's program, and I'm going to jump straight into it. Paul Carroll, he is a regular contributor here on The Price of Business. He's with a company called Efficient Wealth Management, and rarely are we so lucky to get him on twice in 1 week. Paul, welcome to the program. How are you?
Good morning, Kevin. I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
Great. Tell us real quickly, give us your elevator speech for Efficient Wealth Management, if you will.
Well, Efficient Wealth Management, we make work optional.
Okay, I love that. So elaborate just a little bit.
All right, of course. Efficient Wealth Management is a boutique wealth management firm based in the Woodlands, Texas. And we work with a team of experts using a consultative approach to help our clients protect their wealth, mitigate their taxes, take care of their heirs, protect their assets from being unjustly taken, and to maximize the impact of charitable giving if that's important to them.
Okay, very good. And by the way, you can learn more about Paul at efficientwealthmanagement.com. And I think we're going to talk about the whole idea of wealth management on today's segment. Usually we have a great guest on, but today we're just going to have you as a guest. I'm excited about that. Tell me about what message you're bringing to individuals when it comes to managing their wealth.
Well, Kevin, it's interesting. You asked for the elevator speech and had a little fun with that. But really that elevator speech comes from some research and studies and interviews we've done over the last few years. And that's what I wanted to talk about, is what are the concerns that the wealthy and professional class have with regards to their wealth.
Okay, very good. I think that's a very timely topic. What do you got for us?
Well, what we found when we interviewed a number of executives in the energy sector, the airline sector, and a lot of entrepreneurs, is there's a lot of confusion as to what wealth management even is. And the reason for that confusion, of course, Kevin, is because if you open the phone book, everyone's a wealth manager or a financial planner or a stockbroker or an investment consultant or a certified retirement consultant. I think the public just sees this as all very, very similar shades of gray, when in fact there's a very large partition between true wealth managers and investment consultants.
Okay. Tell me, let's talk about the differences.
Well, when we did our research, we found that 100% of the people we talked to, their primary concern, of course, is protecting their wealth. And all investment consultants have some sort of investment consulting solution. Some, of course, are better than others. But there's a great article in the Wall Street Journal, it's probably a better part of 7-8 years ago, that pointed out that less than 7% of the people who purport to be investment consultants or wealth managers actually do true wealth management. So we wanted to follow up with that. What really is the difference?
Yeah, and that's a good question. I think it's a very timely question.
Absolutely. And so we determined the difference based on what were the needs and concerns. Of course, the first concern was investment consulting, protecting your wealth. But close behind it was what we call wealth enhancement. And wealth enhancement is really improving the cash flows through optimizing spending and mitigating income taxes. In other words, improving the standard of living through strategies that don't involve strict budgeting and things like that. Mitigating taxes, of course, is a big touch point for a lot of our clients. The third concern is wealth transfer, and that is, in essence, taking care of your heirs and not the U.S. government. The fourth concern is wealth protection. This is a biggie, especially for entrepreneurs, making sure your assets aren't unjustly taken by lawsuit or disgruntled employees, so on and so forth. And finally, for about a third of our clients, we found that charitable planning was an important part of the overall picture. And charitable planning really is enhancing strategies to maximize the effectiveness of any charitable giving. So that's how we define advanced planning, Kevin. But also, there's relationship management. And I've kind of broken that into two. One is client relationship management, staying in touch proactively. And, what do? We do two things. One, of course, we maintain a relationship, and that's kind of table stakes. But also what I think is very important is what I call big mistake insurance. By staying in touch with these clients, if the market does something that causes indigestion, I can say, hey, look, this is what we're getting paid for. we're getting paid for taking this market risk, and we're going to be fine. Or if the client wants to do something, he finds out about some brilliant investment, a bridge in Arizona. We're there to go, okay, let's talk about this some more.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, unlike investment advisors that tend to be very limited in their focus and often are almost entirely product driven, you like to bring everything to the table.
That's correct. And in fact,
and that's huge, absolutely huge.
Yes, and on the other side of relationship management, and this is kind of like the magic bullet, is the expert relationship management. I can't do all this on my own. I can't do the tax advice, the legal advice, the estate planning. So we quarterback. I act as the personal CFO for the client, and we quarterback a team of experts that we've put together. One of the most respected estate attorneys in the Woodlands, great CPAs, insurance specialists, if it's an entrepreneur trying to sell out, maybe a valuation specialist. We've got a great Rolodex, and we actually meet at least once a quarter just to talk about specific clients and flesh out these advanced planning strategies. And that's really where we add an enormous amount of value, is by being true wealth managers and not just investment consultants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So what are some red flags that people should be listening for to determine whether or not they're talking to a true wealth manager versus an investment consultant?
Well, simply put, follow the money. We
follow
get paid.
The money. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
we get paid. Of course we get paid. We're very good at what we do. We have a great reputation, and we charge a reasonable fee. But that fee is not associated with the recommendations that we make. We're fee-only wealth managers. If someone is selling you an annuity and it's got this guarantee built in, and it really sounds too good to be true, you might want to Google what the commission was. It's very easy to find this stuff out. Some of these products, there's real estate products, even MLPs, great asset class, but some of the products are very aggressively sold, very high commissions. Today, unlike 20 years ago, with very little effort, you can find out how someone's getting paid and how much. And how much is a big deal, because if that annuity has a 5% commission, guess who paid that? It wasn't the gratitude of the company.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, again, people have to ask, some tougher questions. Are a lot of your clients former investment advisor clients?
Oh, absolutely. In terms of were they at just investment consultants before we had them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd say the split's about 70-30. 70% were just people who were getting basic investment advice, and that ranged the gamut from excellent advice to awful. I mean, I don't want to say it was all bad. That wouldn't be fair. But 30% actually have come from other wealth managers. What we're doing is difficult, and not everyone does it well. There are a few really good firms in the city, and there's a lot more that maybe are more ordinary, for want of a better word. And we love when things go wrong, not for our clients, but for other people's, because that's when we get introduced to them.
That's when you get your opportunity to really show how good you are. All right, this is an incredibly fast segment. Thanks for being with us. And I do want to remind the listener that you can learn more about Paul Carroll and his great work at efficientwealthmanagement.com, efficientwealthmanagement.com. Thanks for being with us.
Kevin, thank you so much.
Yeah, you too. When we come back, more for you right here on The Price of Business.